FriYay. Come on in, everybody. I've got my hot melt. I am ready to go. How about you? Where are you? Come on in. It is time to get busy. Here come my girls. Yay. Say hello. Here they come. Slowly but surely. It's FriYay. Yay for FriYay. It's Q&A, you guys. Hey, Catherine and Cynthia. Here I am. I'm a little late. I was sitting down to get everything ready and I realized, oh my gosh, I left my phone downstairs. And then I couldn't remember where it was. And there it was, plugged into the wall, of course. So Mimi's here. Courtney, yay. Good girls. Come on in. Corliss, good to see you. Cindy, there's my girl. Marianne, hello. Okay, for all of you who have messaged me and saying, what are you drinking? It is hot melt mix back in the store. As soon as we get it in, it goes out the door. And if you're looking for electrolytes, you're looking for a little bit of MCT oil and exogenous ketones, can I just tell you, this stuff is thebomb.com. All right. So, you guys ready for today? I've got some Q&As. And before we start that, I have a couple things that I want to share with you. Of course, that's how we roll around here. Here comes everybody. Shared. Do share. I love it when you share. Thank you. And by the way, thank you for sharing. Yes, hot melt's back. It's funny because as soon as we get it in, it needs to come out. Thank you. We do have good customer service. And it came in 2 days. Wow, that is really amazing. That's fantastic. Yeah, we get things done around here. We don't pitter-patter around. And we do things on the weekends, too. We're just, you want it, we're going to get it to you. That's how it works. Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, come on in and start sharing. And let's bring some people along aboard the Hot Melt Sprint ship. We're on day 5, and I have seen so many wonderful stories of people just dropping weight. I had one person who said to me, is this just water weight? What is this whole thing? And I just want to tell you right now that water weight is inflammation, okay? So I don't ever want you to say, it's nothing, it's just water weight. Water weight is inflammation. It got there because of the inflammation. So losing that water weight is a victory. Yeah, the fat loss comes too, but along with the fat loss is the water weight. And don't ever just say, oh, well, that's just nothing, and it means nothing. And don't let anybody take away your joy, for heaven's sakes. Your joy is everything, and it's something that you need to really cherish and keep inside. There's Cassie. She's here for lunch. It's lunchtime, Cassie. So our quote of the week is, and this is the last day for it tomorrow, I've got a really good one for you, so I hope you're there for Soulful Saturdays. Soulful Saturdays tomorrow at 1. We always show up. Well, most of the time. Next week, I am going to be gone, you guys. I'm going to be gone all week. My checking in is going to be irregular. You're not going to know what time I'm checking in. Probably early in the morning. I'm going to be in California and Lake Tahoe, to be exact, one of my most favorite places in the whole world. And I'm going to a conference, and I am super excited for the conference. It's Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday all day long. But I'll probably pop on early in the morning just to say hello, say get going, here's your Motivational Monday thingy, and here's the different stuff that you need to know. But the bottom line is this, I'm still going to be around, and customer service is still going to be there, and I still am thinking about you, because I think about you guys all the time. It's so fun and wonderful for me to have, especially with my coaching clients, to be able to have that eyeball to eyeball thing. And speaking of eyeball to eyeball, save the date. April 18th here in Brevard, North Carolina is the Take Back Your Life workshop. And we are going to have an amazing time. We're also going to have a VIP meet and greet on Friday night. So there's all kinds of things. Mimi says, Leanne, withdrawal for me. I promise you, I will show up. You just might not be able to come here. You know, I like to be regular. I like to have it so that you guys can have a time that you can count on for me to be here. And when I'm home, you know, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, there it is. Yeah, Nora, come see me. Come see me. We are actually staying at the Ritz-Carlton. Can you believe it? That's where the conference is being held. They had a great room block price. And I was like, I've never stayed at a Ritz-Carlton before in my life. So why not? Let's do it. Anyway, that's what we're doing. We are going to the Ritz-Carlton for a couple of days anyway. And then we have an Airbnb that we're going, and we're going to go skiing. So I'm really excited about it. We leave Sunday, and we will be back on Saturday night late. So I'll be back in the saddle again on Monday. I promise. You'd want to see me, Nora? Let's make it happen. Okay? I don't know where we're going to be, but you know, you can just email customer service support@savingdinner.com. I will get it back with you. Wouldn't that be fun? I'd love to have coffee with you. It'd be great. So our quote of the week is right here, is this. People don't decide their futures, they decide their habits, and their habits decide their futures. Isn't it interesting? A little chain of events there. And that's what we have to look at. And that is why today I just want to mention one thing before we jump into the Q&A. And by the way, share this one. This is important because this is going right into the very soul of who you are. And that is your beautiful self. I talked to you about your own inner nutritional guru. I talked to you about finding the power that is within. But I want you to know that who that is, all of that is encompassed in your beautiful self. Your beautiful self is you, is the real you. The beautiful self is that elevation of your very best self, of who you can be. And so often we spend a lot of time putting ourselves down in such a way that our beautiful selves never fully get developed. So I want you to make me a promise. Now, everybody, put your pinkies up. We're going to do a little pinky promise here. That you'll stop putting yourself down. Your beautiful self is being dinged. When you look in the mirror and say, oh my gosh, this blah, 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 whatever. Let's not do that anymore. Because our beautiful selves are being damaged. You would never do that to a child. You would never do that to your own baby. You would never do that to your grandmother or somebody that you really, truly cared about. You're doing it to yourself when you put yourself down. It's damaging. And that damage just breaks down your beautiful self. It also is a big obstacle to finding your own inner nutritional guru and finding your power. You can't find it when you're too busy damaging your own beautiful self. So I'm going to be referring to your beautiful self a lot. That's the house where your power lives. That's the house where your inner nutritional guru lives. That's the house that keeps your intuition intact. And who you are and your purpose and the beauty of everything that you are comes out when you stop putting yourself down. We have a deal? Pinkies up. There's my girls. There's a pinky promise. Put them up, girls. I'm going to make you come back to this over and over again. You are worth so much more than you know. And you'll never find your purpose if you keep putting yourself down. You're beautiful, just the way you are. And I had to remind myself of this the other day. So I've told you before about all my inflammation and all the things that have come up with me. I started getting a rosacea blowout, and my skin just went crazy. And I was like, oh, that's so ugly. Leanne, you look so ugly, your skin. How are you going to get on how are you going to do your show and all this? And I just, the words that were coming out of my mouth were just horrible. And you know what I said? You know what? Stress level's up. Stress level's going to now come down because I need to get back into regular meditation. I always had so many excuses. I meditate. I center. I give myself the words and encouragement that I think I need to have, right? And my skin will heal if I love it. So I did all the things that I know I needed to do. Really stayed anti-inflammatory, completely backed away from the cheese, drank my water, did all the things I know, and loved myself in the process. And I said, I am beautiful and my skin is clear. And guess what? Here it is. nice clear skin without gobs of makeup on. I don't have the big foundation on that I had on before. I don't need it. My skin is clear. My beautiful self came to my rescue. Your beautiful self will come to your rescue too. Pinkies up. Okay, let's get to the Q&A. Oops, Q&A. And here it is. Here is the first question that we have today. I will admit that we are not doing, we need to be giving that to ourselves on a regular basis. This is why we do the perfect paleo protein. This is why we do the bone broth. In the bone broth, you also have things like glycine, lysine, collagen. You have all the stuff. And what this does for your gut health, a couple things that's really important. Glycine helps to stimulate the production of stomach acid, which this is good for you. And also, it also helps improve your digestion. It helps with the whole integrity of the stomach and the gut lining. Massively important. Collagen also helps with how you feel, right? You can see it. You can see it like nobody's business. I can't help it if it froze up, you guys. I'm going to take your comments out. So collagen is one of the mainstays that is in bone broth. And bone broth is even more so than collagen, has all the other minerals in it that we need. So when we're drinking bone broth, it's helping our stomachs. When we're drinking bone broth, it's not only just helping our stomachs and our digestion and all the rest of it, but it's also making sure that our gut is getting healed. Now, in our gut, we have all these little cilia in there. And when they start to separate and come apart, which they do under stress, eating the wrong foods, and that basically those are the two main things, then the food particles can slip out into your gut. At that point, your body is saying, we are under attack. There is an intruder in here, because your body doesn't recognize food outside of where it should be. So when it's slipping into your, basically into your abdominal cavity, you have an immune response. And that exhausts your immune system. And it also makes your stomach just more leaky. And it's just this vicious cycle. When we are on top of things and constantly doing things to help heal our guts, we're in better stead, way better. We are feeling better. The energy levels are better. Our immune system has an opportunity to reset, and on it goes. So this is one of the most important things that we can do is, instead of using regular chicken broth, we use bone broth to make a soup or whatever. And if we can just start looking at it on a daily basis that, we all have leaky gut, just like we all have a collagen deficit, we all pretty much have a leaky gut. And you go in and out of having a leaky gut. And I can always tell when I have a leaky gut because my stomach doesn't feel quite right. My digestion isn't on point. And I need digestive enzymes more than anything. And that is one of the things that you can do, again, for helping your leaky gut, is making sure you're digesting thoroughly, making sure you're eating with smaller bites. Remember, I told you, eat like a lady. Or I guess that was in my class yesterday. But yes, we need to eat with smaller bites. Eat like a lady. Don't eat like a truck driver or a lumberjack and, like this is your last meal and you got to get back on the road in 5 minutes. That's not good for your digestion. You're going to feel like you've got, something just solid sitting in your gut. And also, your body doesn't do well with that, and you're not going to get the nutrition out of it that you really, truly need to get out of it. It takes the whole digestive system takes using all the digestive enzymes, chewing your food thoroughly, and making sure you're not diluting them all with tons of liquids during a meal, and doing things that are proactive, like L-glutamine, for example. L-glutamine is just amazing and helps heal your gut as well as cut cravings. So L-glutamine is important, collagen is important, and bone broth is important. All of those, if you brought all those things in on a daily basis, you're pretty much going to be feeling so much better, and especially, digestive enzymes as well. You will not only feel better, but this leaky gut thing will start to dissipate and be less and less. So yes, it is important. And yes, it's something that you need to be doing on a regular basis. And I will tell you, especially for those of you who are really lagging in energy, it makes a massive difference. All right. They said, here's the next one, and this is from Christy, and it says, does it matter if we drink the apple cider vinegar in cold water or hot? On cold winter days, I prefer drinking more hot liquids, but I didn't know how the hot water might change the benefits of drinking the apple cider vinegar. You are such a kind and inspirational woman. Thank you for all you do. Okay, this is from Christy. So it doesn't matter. You can drink it any way that you want. Apple cider vinegar is super good for digestion. It's good for bringing down your blood glucose levels and insulin. And it's one of these things that is, especially with the mother, it's a prebiotic. It feeds all of the probiotics that are in your gut working on your behalf. So again, this is just one more thing that you can add to your daily arsenal. It's not a big deal. Just do it first thing in the morning and you're done. And then you're feeding all your little friendly guys down in your gut, because every single day we need to be replenishing them with a probiotic. We also need to be feeding them with a prebiotic. Apple cider vinegar does that. It's cheap. Just make sure organic is what you want, and also with the mother. Bragg's makes it. You can get a Costco brand. You can get any of them. And to know that it has mother, a lot of times they'll say with the mother, or you can just look on the bottom, and if there's a bunch of residue and what have you on it, bingo, that's the mother. And basically the mother is the prebiotic, and it feeds it all. Now, I have read things where people say, don't shake the mother. Shake the mother. Who cares? Shake the bottle up and put it a tablespoon or two in your water. Now, post-sprint, you can do this if you want to. And I have people doing this because they're just like dying over the taste of the apple cider vinegar. I have to say, it's not the most pleasant thing in the world. Easy to do, but maybe not the most pleasant thing in the world. And so put a little stevia in there. If it makes it go down, I don't care. What we're trying to do, though, again, with the sprint, and somebody who had made a post today in the sprint saying that, their husband or spouse or whoever it was, had said to them that, played around with the sprint. This time they did it exactly as they should have done it and lost 10 pounds. So they didn't lose any before, and they lost it this time, and following it exactly. Well, there's a reason for every single thing in the sprint. An absolute reason. Foundationally, it's anti-inflammatory. Foundationally, we're building up nutrient levels into your cells because your mitochondria is begging for it. And if you have sluggish mitochondria, you have no energy, you're tired all the time, you're crabby, you're not sleeping well, you need to feed those little guys. That's the powerhouse of every single cell in your body. When we give them what we give them on the sprint, our cells are responding beautifully and we're feeling good. So that's an amazing thing. And the apple cider vinegar, it's part of the equation because we want to make sure that we're keeping our blood sugar levels down. We want to make sure that we're feeding our guts. That's why we start with the Target Trifecta smoothie. That's why we do a lot of collagen shots. That's why we're doing the bone broth. And this is why we're doing the prebiotic with the apple cider vinegar and the blood glucosing. Isn't it wonderful that we could do so many things so simply, so easily, and benefit our bodies in the way that we do? It's all about healing your body. When your body is healed and in the healing place, everything that you want, like your blood sugar to go down, your waistline to go down, get rid of the muffin top and wear your cute size 6 jeans, when you start taking care of your health like this, everything starts to change. And we've seen this thousands of times. We have about 2,300 people, I think, in the sprint. It's a pretty amazing thing. This is from Maureen. Okay, all right. She says, love that I can access your videos with so much wisdom. All my life, I've been invested in the belief that I need dairy for my bones. I have been sure to include dairy every day. My question is, how do I know when following in the sprint that I'm getting enough of whatever it is that I need to keep my bones healthy? Obviously, I am no nutritionist. Thank you. Okay, a couple of things. First of all, did you know that there's calcium, lots of it, in green leafy vegetables? So that's number one. Also, did you know that even more important than calcium is collagen? Because collagen is the very thing in which calcium hangs on to. There's more collagen in your bones than there is calcium. And I call it the matrix because this builds a place for the calcium to go. And so if we are getting our collagen in line and we're eating non-dairy, and there's a lot of people out there who just simply can't tolerate dairy. Where are they getting their calcium? Well, vegetables. They're there. I promise you, it is there. And then when you're also getting in the collagen, you are doing a double whammy. Collagen, magnesium. Our bones are filled with minerals. This is why we make bone broth, by the way. We store our calcium and all of our minerals in our bones. So do animals. This is why we use their bones when we make bone broth. One, I like it because it's cheap, it's not wasteful, and it's appreciative and great, and lots of gratitude, right, for that animal who gave his life so we could have better health. And so if we have that in place, wow, things kind of start to change, doesn't it? And the calcium worry is out the window. And maybe you're not going to be getting as much calcium as if you're stuffing, 8 ounces of cheese in your mouth every day. But that could be holding you back too. All that cheese could be holding you back because so many people, at least half the population, have a big time sensitivity to dairy. And they're not getting the benefit of the calcium. They're getting the benefit instead of all the things that cause problems. They have a sensitivity to casein. They have a sensitivity to the lactose. I mean, you've seen all that lactate milk and what have you out there. It's because the population has a problem with it. And I'll tell you something, if you don't have clear skin and if you suffer with any kind of skin thing, I just told you my rosacea story, back away from the dairy. It is doing you zero favors. Your calcium and it can come in a supplement too. I mean, who cares? The fact is, you need collagen just as much as you need calcium. It's not all about that. This is, and no offense to you, Maureen, but this is kind of old school thinking, but it's also, it is. We need our minerals. We also need our magnesium. We need zinc. We need all these things. These all work toward building really healthy, strong bones. It's not just about the calcium, okay? Keep that in mind. Last one. Gosh, can you believe it? We're going to have an early day today. Wow. Rhonda says, can you please discuss fibrin as it relates to arthritis? What foods to eat and not eat? Thank you. Okay, so fibrin is basically a protein, okay? And it's used to basically like clot blood. So it's used in an inflammatory way to heal. But when you get to the place, remember we talked before about chronic inflammation versus, inflammation that happens from a stubbed toe or a cut or something. There's a whole different set of rules here. So when your inflammation goes off the rails and you're just chronically inflamed as it relates to arthritis, then that is going to be causing problems. It's going to be causing inflammation and pain. It all goes together. So what foods to eat and not eat? It is your basic anti-inflammatory diet. You need to stay clear of sugar. Sugar is the enemy. Sugar has always been the enemy. Sugar will never be kind to inflammation because sugar causes inflammation. So let's start with that. The secondary thing is if you are eating to feed and fuel the life that you want to lead and a life that is more active and what have you, you're going to be doing all the things that we just talked about right now, about getting your health, your gut in order, about eating these healthy foods, about making sure that this is what your meals look like, and about honoring your beautiful self. Your beautiful self is saying to you, in order to be beautiful, you need to give me the foods that I need. Now, arthritis is basically inflammation on steroids, and there's several different types. There's autoimmune types like rheumatoid, and there's osteo, and I mean there's all kinds of arthritis. And sometimes there's a lot we can do, and sometimes, in different cases, depending on where you are, there's not a lot we can do. But I will tell you this, not one coaching client of mine that I've had in the last 20-something years who I have coached in eating an anti-inflammatory diet, very close to what we're doing on the sprint, has ever had a problem with that. And if we can get your blood sugar level down as well, we can also, we're going to kill two birds with one stone and keep your health at a level that you want to be in. Because I'll tell you, it's never good and it's never satisfying to be sitting on the sidelines just watching everybody else participate in their lives, and you're not able to do it. This is what happens. And you start at one place and you degenerate, and it's not about getting the right prescription medicine, you guys. It's about taking care of this body that you have and being able to do whatever it is that you need to do for yourself. Your body is calling to you. When you have pain, your body is calling to you. It's saying to you, beautiful self, because that's where all your wisdom lies, right? It's calling to you and it's saying, this isn't working for me. This is harming me. It's hurting me. So we have to be always looking at from the whole point of view of, are we honoring our bodies? Are we respecting them? Are we loving them up with the food that we're eating? Or are we just going for a little mouth entertainment here and we're willing to take the consequences later? Are we willing to take the consequences later? Are you? I'll tell you, your body you do not have a prescription medicine deficit in your body. Not one of you, not me, not anybody. We weren't created that way. We're created to have needs for nutrients. I promise you that. Needs for nutrients. Well, we don't need to be eating every single minute of every single day. It's too much, too hard on our bodies. We need to start respecting the process of how our bodies work. Eat when you are hungry and not a minute before. Eating just because it says it's, noon, because it's lunchtime, and you just go and you eat when you're not even hungry is breaking your hunger hormones, repeatedly. Snacking after dinner, you've just had a full meal, and just snacking after dinner, what is that for? It's mouth entertainment. And what is mouth entertainment going to get you except consequences? Consequences you don't want. So think about this. You've always heard the saying, a minute on the lips, forever on the hips. Well, true. And it's not just the body clutter either. It's the pain. It's the continuance of a chronic condition. It's feeding the chronic condition and not feeding your body. So what do you want? If you're standing on the precipice of just about to fall over the cliff into a chronic disease, it's not about the prescription medicine that you're going to get from the doctor to stop it. It's about how you take care of your body, how you give your body the nutrition that it needs, how you take care of the inflammation and pull the plug on it. This is how we love ourselves and we become students of what it is that we need. Don't you love that? Doesn't that just put you back into the power seat? And then you can start living the life that you want to live. I'm all about that. We want to create the life that we want to live. We want to create a life that is meaningful, that has purpose, that is mission-oriented, that's playing full out with our whole family. We're not sitting on the sidelines. We're not saying, I can't go. I'm in pain. My knees hurt. My hips hurt. I have this. I have that. My hands don't work. I can't tell you how many times I've heard that. It's not a put down, you guys. You know what that is? That's putting you back into the place of power. Your powerful place is when you dig in and you start to listen to your inner nutritional guru, when you start to recognize that the power to change these things is within. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is very simple. The hardest part is getting started. And after that, if you can just feel and celebrate each tiny little win as you go and write it down and embed it in your brain and say, this is the way I'm going to go, there you go. Full steam ahead. And one by one, you start to develop this momentum, and it takes you to the place that you want to go. It helps you to play full out in your life the way you want to. And it keeps you from, you're no longer just identified with all your ailments. Now you're identified as a woman who has a heart for her family and her community and her life. There's a different identification here. I don't want you walking around saying, oh, this woman I know that just was like, oh, my Hashimoto's, and whine, complain. And believe me, I know about Hashimoto's. I have it. It's in remission, but I worked to get there. And I never, ever claimed Hashimoto's as mine. Never. It's not mine. It was just something that picked on me, right? It picked on me. And I said, stop it right now. Back off. I am not your victim. So victim mentality picks up your diseases and identifies with them. When we are victors and we decide, no, that's never going to happen to me, we stand firm and we do the things that we need to be doing. We are not our disease, ever. Don't ever claim my cancer, my Hashimoto's, my fill in the blank, my this. Don't. Away from me. That's not yours. It's something that's picking on you right now. Now, what are you going to do to push back as a victorious woman, as a beautiful self, as a woman who understands and knows her power? What are you going to do? Well, there's a lot you can do. There is a lot you can do. You are not powerless. You're not just a victim. You don't have to go to some, arrogant medical deity of a doctor who thinks he knows everything and wants to put you in your place. You never have to do that. What you need to do is to step into your power right now. No more excuses. This is 2020. It's your year, remember? I've been telling you that for a month. It is your year, but if you're not going to assume your power and take it, there's all kinds of people who'd be happy to do it for you. The doctors who are going to give you prescription after prescription after prescription. There are all kinds of fast food places that are going to say, come on in, it's easy. There's toxic relationships, one after the other, that you can do. You can get lost in Netflix. You can get lost in games on your phone. And then you can just lay around and complain and say, I don't know why my life isn't any better than this. Well, I'll tell you exactly why. Because you haven't done a thing to make it different. And if you want to, and you want to see something different, and you want to see change, then do something different. Just one thing. Get up off the couch and turn off the TV. Get up and go clean up your kitchen and shine your sink, as Marla would say. It starts with taking care of yourself, taking care of your environment, and understanding that within you, me, and every other woman that is ever watching this, we're all purposeful, we're all powerful, and we all have it within, or we wouldn't be here. Do you understand? We wouldn't be here. God would call you home. He'd say, you're done. That's it. We're done. If you're here, you have a purpose. If you're here, there's a reason, and God's got one for you. I promise you, hand to God, He has got a purpose for you. So don't ever shrink away from it and start falling into these excuses. These excuses are nothing and stupid, and we're done. It's 2020. Assume your place of power and take back your life and take back this year. You've got it. Okay? Pinkies, ladies, pinkies, we have a purpose. And our pinkies up are showing everyone that we have a purpose. We are on a mission. We're going to do this. And I'm taking everyone that I know that I care about, which is you, with me. Right? Pinky up. Let's do this. Assume your place of power. It's there for you. And it's waiting. You just have to grab it. Love you guys. Pinkies up. Let's have a great, fantastic weekend. I will see you Saturday. Soulful Saturday. Love you guys. Bye.